You just aren't that committed. Here's a reality check on your thoughts, your desires, your goals. Because whether people want to admit it to themselves or not, everybody wants to be stronger, fitter, healthier, leaner, all these kinds of things. And anyone who says that they don't aren't being honest with themselves. Because I've been doing this a really, really long time. And every single time, no matter what people present as their goals, at the end of the day, it always comes back to being one of those. They want to be fitter, stronger, leaner. And usually a combination of all of the above. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The question becomes, are you actually committed to what is required? Are you actually willing to pay the price to do what is necessary? Because most people, the answer is no. And we've had this discussion before, but I think it's worth having again. At least be fucking honest with yourself, if that is the case. Do not create these justifications and reasons why you don't have it, or you don't want it, or you don't need it. Just be honest that you aren't willing to do the work that is required to get there. Because people want to put up these caveats, and there's the same thing, and we had this, I come up against this all the time, about the dad bod. It's okay to have the dad bod. It's acceptable. No, it's actually fucking not. You should be strong, fit, and healthy. You should be able to go out and take on anything you want at any fucking moment. You should have the ability to be an athlete and do the things that you want in your life, to get on the ground and play with your children, to climb trees and do all those kinds of things with them. You should have that capacity. And you should be in great shape. You just aren't willing to give up the vices that prevent you from doing it. Because I saw one the other day and they're like, it's extremely unhealthy to be fit all year round. The fuck it is? No, that should be the standard. It should be the minimum. I'm not talking, shredded to the nines, that really low single-digit body fat, but you should be strong, fit, and healthy. Have abs all year round. If you aren't, it means you are making decisions around things like food, like exercise, that mean that you don't have those things. And at bare fucking minimum, be honest with yourself about those decisions. If you decide that I am willing to not have those things because I'm not willing to pay the price, so be it. But don't pretend that it's due to your genetics, or it's okay to have a dad bod, or it's, I don't have the time, or any of those things. No. You have made the decision. Bar working 16 hours a day, you have the capacity. You have the opportunity. You just make different choices. We spoke about it the other day. Your life is a testament to what you place your values on. And for most people, they place their values on comfort and ease, not on what is going to provide the best possible life. But people don't want to admit that. You don't want to say, hey, I am prioritizing my comfort and ease and choosing sedation over doing the work, over getting uncomfortable, over showing up every fucking day. Because it's not easy to make those decisions. It's much easier to be like, well, I'm just going to sit on the couch and I'm going to stuff my face and I'm going to watch TV and I'm going to watch the game, drink a few beers or slog back some wine or whatever the fuck the answer is for you. That is a much, much easier option. So of course you gravitate towards that. But it's not that you don't have the opportunity or the capacity to do these things. And, I used to say this when I was much younger and dumber and brasher, that everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. That's not actually fucking true at all. We really don't. When I was in my 20s and I didn't have kids and, I worked for myself, I could work out for fucking hours. It was great. All I had to do was make sure my clients were in shape. That was it. It was great. Now I have kids, and now I have a stay-at-home wife, and now I work immense fucking hours. I don't have the same time I had when I was in my 20s. But I still have the opportunity and the choices that mean I get to make decisions. I make decisions about what I value. And what I value is my health, my family, and my business. And all of my decisions are based around these values. But people want to talk about how, they have these values and they do anything for their family. And I come back to this all the time. They're like, I would die for my family. Yeah, but you won't fucking live. You won't give up your sedation. You won't make the hard decisions to be the greatest version of yourself. And I fucking assure you on this, nobody who is actually in great shape, nobody who is actually doing good things in their life, believe that you don't have to be fit, strong, and healthy to be the greatest version of yourself. It's just this completely non-sequential thought process that people are like, oh, you don't have to be fit and healthy to be the best version of yourself? What a fucking stupid as statement. Yes, you do. You really do. And if you're going to lead by example for your children, if you're going to lead by example for those around you, if you are going to honor those who love and adore you, you need to be in great fucking shape. And people have this warped perception, and I believe it comes down to, again, wanting to find a way to justify not making the hard decisions. But they have this warped perception that if you were in great shape, you're an asshole. You're selfish. You're self-indulgent. No, you just make different fucking choices. That's all. You prioritize your health and fitness. You prioritize showing up as the best version of yourself. And I get this one and they're like, well, what about going out? Cool. Drink water. You can still go out and eat a fucking steak. You can go out and make decisions that will still align with your health and fitness. You don't have to, shut yourself off from society and bar yourself from these situations. You just have to make difficult decisions. As I said, I'm going away. You know what I do on those times? I get up fucking earlier. I sacrifice a bit of sleep. I don't miss out on any of the activities. I don't miss out on going out for meals. I don't miss out on any of those things. I just make different decisions when I'm at those points. The problem isn't the work. The problem isn't what is required. The problem is your attitude towards it. The problem is that you aren't willing to pay the fucking price to have the thing that you quote unquote desire. You aren't willing to sacrifice your sedation and your comfort for what you claim you truly want. You aren't willing to sacrifice those things for the things that you say you value more than anything. And it shows. Your life is a reflection of the things that you value. And most people, and I truly mean this, most people value their comfort and ease of life over everything else. They value the comfort in the moment over having the life that they truly want. I can guarantee you that if you were handed it without the work, you would take it. It's the same as people who are like, oh, money isn't everything, but if you won the lottery, you'd be like, fuck yeah, bitches, let's go. Of course money matters. Of course health matters. Of course these things matter. You are just choosing to avoid them because you don't want to pay the price. As I said, if you want to live that way, so be it, but at least be fucking honest about it. Stop telling the lies and stop propagating and then stop attacking and arguing to defend your weak, soft choices. Those who are willing to pay the price aren't different to you. They just make different choices. But you want to defend your mediocrity. You want to defend your unhealthy lifestyle, because then it means that you didn't bitch out, that you didn't make the right choices. It means that you chose comfort and ease over fucking doing the work. So be honest about the decisions. Be honest about, well, the price that you are paying. Because there is a price to pay for your comfort and ease of life in the moment. It means not having the life that you want. It means not having the health and fitness that you want. It means not having the things that you quote unquote desire. I saw a great James Clear quote about this, and I think it applies, that if you are not willing to pay the price to do the work, to have the things that you quote unquote desire, then give up that desire for it. Because at least free yourself from the burden of pretending that you actually want it. Because if you truly wanted it, if it truly meant that much to you, if you truly placed value on it, you would do whatever was required. So you don't actually want it. No, you don't actually need it. You don't actually value it. So stop pretending that you do. Stop pretending that this matters to you, because your words and your actions are not aligned. And that is going to create more inner turmoil than anything else. It creates more disappointment and frustration because you aren't willing to be honest with yourself about the things that you actually want and desire. Because within reason, you can have anything you want if you are willing to sacrifice enough for it. You could be ridiculously wealthy. You could be in the best fucking shape. You could have the relationship and the life that you want if you are willing to do what is necessary. But you aren't. So be honest. And if you aren't, if you say that you truly want yourself these things, but you don't have them yet, then take a really hard look in the mirror and start asking the questions of what are you willing to give up? Where does your true value lie? Where does the things that you say matter more than anything, where do those values lie? And then start asking the question of, if this is true, if your health, your family, your wealth, whatever it might be, matters most to you, what are you willing to invest into becoming the greatest version of yourself in those areas? Because remember, there is no cost if you get a return on investment. If you get rewarded for that, it isn't a cost, it is an investment into you. And I can promise you from well over a decade of doing this, that there is no price too high to be in the greatest shape of your life, because the ROI, the return on investment, will compound tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, way more than you could possibly fathom. So the only question becomes, when will you decide that the price of inaction is now too high and you are willing to pay the price of action? You are willing to pay the price to be the greatest version of yourself. Because only you can make that decision. Only you can decide that enough is enough, that you aren't willing to continue talking bullshit and actually start investing into your future. And it's bigger than you. It's not just for you. It's not just for the abs and looking good. It's for your family. It's for your health. It's for everything else that comes with it. So it's time to pay the price. It's time to invest into you. And it's time to start demanding greatness. That's all I have for you. Talk soon.